Hello folks, welcome to another From the Hip with me, your host, Excelsior. So raise your godless or God-loving goblet, sit back and relax while we discuss things it's 9:15, getting late, on the 14th of September, and see what's going on in my crazy mind. Well, what's been going on this week? Epic videos of a day in length. Wow, that was pretty crazy. But anyway, moving swiftly on. I'm going to be looking for some gainful employment in the next couple of weeks. And so what I'm experiencing is good old-fashioned anxiety, because it is worrying trying to find work. It is stressful for me. I've had some work a few months ago that stopped over the holidays, but I'm going to have to start looking for some more work now, which is fine, but it is stressful. And we're going to experience this a lot, folks. We came out of a fantasy world where everything was going to get fixed in about 5 minutes' time, and we didn't have to worry about earning a living or a pension or mortgages or anything like this, because everything was going to be fixed. We'd have an acre of land and a wooden house built by people with no machine tools or electricity. No flowing water, no sanitation. I used to love those pictures of paradise. If you look at them, they are so funny. There was a classic one, when was it? It may have been last year or the year before. It was the JW calendar, and they had a picture of paradise, and I had all these guys in those plastic hard hats that people wear on building sites, and I'm thinking, what, did they rob that off a corpse, or did they manage to put that in their go bag, or did they stash them at the Kingdom Hall, or maybe there's a little factory somewhere churning out construction helmets so people can build their wooden houses and their yachts and other things that don't require any kind of engineering skill as regards mechanics. It's just crazy. Imagine that detail. Right, you're on body clean up, you're on body clean up, you're on body clean up, please let me body clean up, please let me body clean up, you're on body clean up, you're going to work in the factory making the plastic construction hats. What? A factory job in paradise? That ain't paradise. That's a fact. Nothing wrong with working in a factory, folks, don't get me wrong. But it's hardly paradisical, is it? Well, neither is cleaning up dead bodies, but hey, that's going to be a big job for people to do, isn't it? Wouldn't that be a jolly time? I wonder if they'll have nice little songs in the fields to keep everyone's spirits up as they pick up bits of Aunt Muriel and put her in a wheelbarrow. It's horrible. But anyway, going back to my point before about anxiety, we are going to experience this, folks. It's just going to happen, because we've gone from a false security and assurance of a future to we're just like everybody else and we've got to muddle through. And that is a big, big jump. So even if you retain your faith in Jesus Christ and the kingdom of God, which good for you if you do, you still have to look after yourself now. So this is an issue that affects not just atheists but Christians and people of other faiths as well. How do we live a good, happy and secure life here and now? And it is a challenge. And anyone else who's out looking for work, I wish you all the very best of luck. So how have I been dealing with the anxiety? Well, for me, I have to see a bigger picture, and I have to break things up into small little chunks. Rather than seeing it as this massive undertaking, it's do 3 phone calls, rewrite your CV in the morning, go and do something else in the afternoon. If you chop things up into little pieces, and then you achieve those little pieces, that gives you a sense of achievement, and you can go on to the next piece you're doing. It depends on how much time you've got, obviously, as to how long you string these things out. But that is a very useful tool. Break things up into small, manageable chunks. When you've achieved that small piece, you get a sense of achievement, and quite rightly so, because you've done something positive. Then that helps you go on to the next one, and so on. So that's how I'm dealing with this. And also learning to let go of wrongs that have been done to me by the government. God damn it. God damn that government and their crazy rules. But there's nothing I can do about that. There's not, I can't. I'm not a member of Parliament. I've written to my members of Parliament about it before. No one seems to care. So you've just got to say, okay, it's a crazy world. That's how it is. What can I do? I can't do that for whatever reason. What can I do? And that attitude is going to be of benefit to me and to everybody else, because there are things that we will not be able to do. It's too late, or whatever's happened, or we don't have the skill set, or whatever it is. There are going to be things that we are going to be unable to do for whatever reason. And to be able to turn around and say, you know what, it's okay. It's okay that I can't do that. You have options. You can either learn to be able to do that if you have the time and the resources and the ability, or you can say, there are other things that I can do, and I'm going to concentrate on those rather than pining for what I can't do. So those sort of attitudes help in this situation. So I will be progressing with that in the coming weeks. But I must admit, it is a scary prospect, because you're up against a lot of competition, and it's fair enough. Other people need work. Other people have got amazing abilities as well, and they'd be very good in that job too. Whatever you're going for, so you're just going to have to do the best with what you have, and attempt to be positive about oneself, because there will be lots and lots of things that we can do, that we are good at, and we should get some pride in those abilities and say, yes, that's really good that you can do that. So that's what I've been thinking about and doing, just learning to put things down, learning to leave things in the past where they belong. I've been reminding myself to remain positive about people, think the best of people if I can, because I am quite a judgmental person. I can get very, very impatient with people if I think they're stupid, and that's one of my faults. I'm sorry. I've never suffered fools gladly. I think foolish people are dangerous, and normally I don't like them very much. And I do work very hard not to be mean, because I don't want to be mean to people, and it's only my perception of that person. They might be brilliant at other things, but whatever I'm experiencing from that person isn't the whole person, is it? Let's face it, it's just an aspect of them. And last time I looked, I've got a big long list of things that I'm pretty crap at. Oh, a very long list. And I'm still an okay guy, so if I'm going to be able to see that within myself, then I've got to see that in other people. So it's very much like the gospel, the basic premise of the gospel is Bill and Ted, isn't it? Be excellent to each other. It's just be kind to other people. We have our frailties and our problems and our flaws and our character, if you'd like to describe them as that. But we also have our good qualities, and that's the same for everybody. That being said, there are some people who are monstrous and who have very little to redeem themselves, and those kind of people, if they can't exist in society in a peaceful and productive way and set to do people harm need to be put away. But most other people, if you give them a chance, they'll be decent and kind. That's what I've found in my life anyway. Maybe I'm just lucky, but I've met a lot of nice people in my life, and I'm sure that most people out there in YouTube world have experienced the same kind of thing. So yes, I'm dealing with my anxiety about finding work by chucking things into small chunks, thinking about the good qualities that I have and the skills that I have that I can provide to someone. And I'll just do the best I can. That's all I can do. That's all of us can ever do, is the best that we can. And that's what I'm determined to do. Hope you enjoyed the preamble to the epic episode. I was going to do epic episode 40 and have, you know, a big battle like I do on my factors of 10 videos, but unfortunately my back has given me some jip today because I'm a bit of an old git and my back can go occasionally, and it's just discomfort. It's not, I'm not laid up, but I didn't want to have to do lots and lots of holding my camera for like helicopter shots and stuff. So because it's a big heavy iPad and I just didn't want to have to hold it up because it would hurt my back. So next week is going to be the epic episode. This week was the almost like a montage of how Phase 5 came to be. So you now know what the apostates are up against. And I must admit, if there was really a giant dude that big, I'd be going, okay, is that the time? I must be going home. And I would run away. Either that or I'd go and kick it in the nuts. Or I'd say, screw you kids and get him. Because I would not face a giant guy in a blue spacesuit, because that would be pretty scary. But it should be good fun next week. We're going to be having like an Avengers style big battle. But instead of Avengers, they are apostates. Great gag, eh? I'm a genius. So hopefully you'll really enjoy that. I'm going to be writing the script in the next few days. So yeah, I want to get some like really good action shots this time. As I'm experimenting with how to use this crazy little camera and everything, and getting a bit better at it, I hope. I do hope I'm getting a bit better at it anyway. But also what's been helping with my anxiety is just to look out my window and see all of that life that I can see from that window doing exactly what I'm doing, which is struggling to survive, battling with other things to survive. And that's what all life does. Wherever you are, look out the window, wherever something is alive, that will be in competition with other forms of life that are around it. Other forms of life will be trying to take its space, take its food, take its life and consume it. And that's what we all face. All forms of life on this planet face that same battle. And we're very lucky. We're human beings. We're top of the heap, and we have a hell of a lot of cool strategies to keep that battle a lot more comfortable and a lot more dignified. So we're dead lucky, folks. We get a good life. So that's a comfort to me as well, to see that yes, I have anxiety because I'm free. Freedom is anxiety. Before we were slaves, everything was going to get fixed for us. Now we are anxious because we're free, and long may that be so. So anyway, I think it's time for me to sign off for today. I haven't really got time for shout outs, so I'm just going to say to you, peace be with you, Excelsior.